You're interfacing this particular side because you want a nice smooth side against the person's skin. And we've already done that through the magic of theater. So we backed one with our fashion fabric, using the same thing with the interfacing. And then this one, because this is your right side, and this is the side that's going against the skin. Once you get all of that together, you take your pattern. Seam allowances, as described. So all the way around. And then before you cut, you're gonna pin your stitch lines. You're going to pin it away that when you sew it through the machine, your seam allowance is going to the inside of the machine. This side you leave open. So once you have that, you take these stabilizing pins out, and you cut out your pattern. And then you go back at 1/8 of an inch. And you trim down your seam allowances. And when that's done, take it, you're turning it inside out. Slowly work it through. So once you get it completely inside out, if they're in this bad a shape, you would use acetone or a deglazer to really strip the shoe so that it's nice and pretty and you have a really nice working surface. If not, you just tape off the sole of your shoe, like that. And then some more tape. And go all the way around. So you would do that again till this whole bottom part is completely covered. Then, newspaper. I know many of us don't know what this is, but it still has a use. Stuff it in the shoe so that the inner sole doesn't get paint. And you want to make sure the shoe looks more or less like this. And you would take it outside wearing your protective gear and you would spray it. So once you have this shoe, you can embellish it. You can go back and paint it, like take a Sharpie and do little drawings and stuff to it. Or you could paint the heel a different color. It's completely up to you. You don't want to paint the buckle any other color because you're going to try to hide it. Now, for the tongue, we've chosen to embellish it with a little bit of trim. And what we're going to do is cut a piece of 1/2 inch elastic about 2 inches long. And we're going to mark at the end point about 2 inches up from the edge of here. So that's going to be where you line it up. turn it under 1/4 inch, and you're going to hand sew it. You can sew it with a sewing machine, but you tend to see it on the other side. So what we're going to do is just and you're going to do the same to the top part. You want to sew the buckle to the top part of your little line, and the bottom to the bottom, of course. So you have something that looks like that. Then you're going to take your shoe and you're going to line it up with the bottom edge, the opening of the shoe. Use a leather thimble and a leather needle so you can see the little chisel tip. This is why it's a leather needle. This will sew through you. You're going to start from the inside of the shoe up through the shoe, see? Through your fabric, knotting the thread. And you're going to come to the outside and sew back in. The strap is going to forever be in your way. It's just something you learn to deal with. You're going to do a back stitch all the way across. You snip it. Is you're going to come and you're going to do one stitch here, and on the other side you're going to do one stitch there. When that's all done, you're going to take the strap of your shoe, run it through the elastic loop that you've made, and then once that's all done, you'll never notice the strap. And that's what we've done with this shoe. See? Little stitch, and you'll never notice.